How are we now? And welcome to the shed. Right, so in the last episode we'd got some cardboard cutouts and I was going to trace these onto the bits of steel and then proceed to cut them out and hopefully make a seat. Well, a seat pan anyway. We shall see. So it was set to with the grinder and cut these little pieces out. Obviously cutting larger than I actually needed to be, because as they always say, measure twice, cut once, or so I thought. I measure about 25 times and still get it wrong.
I still have some words to say. Oh, 1,000 miles away from here, I'm lost in time, the feelings disappeared. I need someone to hold my hands for my life to make sense. I feel so lost in time.
And then time to set to with the old welder, and once again it caught me out. As soon as I get a spark I jump away. That's not the idea for welding. But we got a couple of tacks on and then it gives us some idea of where we're running with this thing. Now I did have another idea while I was welding these things up. This is what I've come up with. I'm sorry I didn't get any video, but I think it'd have been boring anyway watching me stick little weld tacks all over the place. Needs to be tidied up, but that's the sort of look I'm after, which is spot on. Okay, so we have the seat unit all welded up, and I use that phrase very, very loosely. I've got a few bits of metal that are stuck together with bits of tacky weld, but I have decided that I'm going to fiberglass the whole seat unit, so it doesn't really matter what it looks like, as long as all the bits are stuck together, and it looks something like. Right, so my next brainwave, or brain fade, whatever it is. I didn't like the top of the seat unit, I thought it looked a bit flat, so I thought to myself, hey, what about a bit of expanding foam? Fill all the gaps up in the seat unit there, and then I can build it all up on the top there, so that'll be dead right, and then I'll be able to sand it down and turn it into whatever I want. Now this was exciting, it was like ice in a cake, going round and round and round and round. Don't start that bloody rubbish again. Now I kept asking myself, is that enough? Is that, oh, I'll put a bit more on. I'll put a bit more on. Now, I am a moron for the simple reason that the clue is in the product. Expanding foam. So came out the next morning and this is what I was greeted with. The expanding foam's done its job. It's all over the floor as well, so I have to clean all the floor up. As I say, clue is in the name of the product. It's better to have too much than not enough, that's what I say. Now I did have a reciprocating saw blade for something, I don't know what, but it was ideal for cutting the foam. So I didn't have to stand there for hours and hours. I just set to with the reciprocating blade and started chopping bits off.
1,000 miles away from here, I'm lost in time, the feelings disappeared. I need someone to hold my hands for my life to make sense. I feel so lost in time, there's something wrong. I feel so lost in time, the love is gone.
Once I'd got the shape somewhere, like, it was then down to getting the sander out and just smoothing it all off and making it look a little bit better. One finished product, looks like a Swiss cheese, so I've ordered some fiberglass and I'm going to have to fiberglass over the top. Well, the fiberglass duly arrived, so we set do and just started to fiberglass the whole seat unit up. I was quite impressed with this fiberglass actually. I've never used any before where it used a liquid as the hardener. You don't need a lot and it does harden fairly quickly. So I continued using this, layering up, got about 3 layers on altogether. I'm still not happy with it, to be perfectly honest, but the next stage I think is going to end up being car body filler, and then we can get it all smoothed off properly and then hopefully ready for paint. Knowing the way my mind works, we'll probably end up changing it all and having something completely different. Okay, so another little job on the cards. I was fitting a new brake reservoir. Fitted one previously to one of my other SV650s from years ago, quite like the look of it. Plus I've also cut the seat unit, so I've got nowhere to mount the original. So looked on a few previous photographs on how I fitted this master cylinder. I spaced it out so that it didn't catch on the frame. So I found myself a little bit of tube, don't know where that's come from, but hey, being a hoarder, and then proceeded to fit the reservoir. And there we go, it now clears the big hexagon bolt on the frame. And found myself some hose and connected it up to the brake master cylinder. Another job to scrub off the list. Another issue I had was went out for a walk and ended up with something in my eye, so this has set me back a little bit, hence why the video hasn't come out for a while. All things looking good now, we're getting there slowly but surely. Onwards and upwards. Okay, next job on the cards was the Ducati exhaust. I did win it on eBay, it was about 40 quid. Or pounds for those not listening in the UK. And I thought I'd give my stainless steel welding a go. Can't be as bad as my mild steel, can it? Time for the grinder. Cut the link pipe off because I needed to move it to a certain place so that it would fit on the SV650. So I bought some argon and stainless wire from my ex-employer and had a bash, and I must admit it's come out alright. There are no holes, it's not fantastic, but it was going to get painted anyway, so not really an issue. Well, we've had some really nice sunshine here in the UK over the past couple of weeks, so I decided I'd bring the bike out, fit the pipe and see what I thought looking at it from a distance, and I can't make my mind up. Doesn't really sound that good either, which again has made me think. I put a post on a couple of the Facebook pages as well, and to be perfectly honest, it went down like a lead balloon. Not liked very much at all. So with that in mind, I've gone back to the original idea where I've got the little stubby exhaust. I've gone with the FZ650 fairing, now I've got a screen for it, and I think it suits the look with the new seat unit, so this is the way that I'm going to go, I think. No doubt I'll change my mind before the end of the rebuild. So I'm sorry it's taken so long, but with health and everything else, it has been a bit of an issue. So I'll leave the video here, and all I can say is thanks for listening, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next instalment.